Once upon a time, in the pixelated, blocky world of Minecraft, there lived a cheerful villager boy named Ollie. He was not a warrior, nor a wizard, nor even a hero. He was simply Ollie, a curious villager with a heart full of dreams and an endless desire to explore. Ollie lived in a small, cozy cottage at the edge of his village. His house was made of oak planks with a bright red terracotta roof. A small garden grew outside, full of pumpkins, carrots, and wheat, all nourished by a tiny water channel he had built himself. Chickens clucked cheerfully in the yard, and cows grazed lazily nearby. The village was peaceful, and the villagers lived happy, quiet lives. Yet Ollie always felt that there was something more, something beyond the forests, deserts, and mountains that surrounded them. Every morning, Ollie woke up early. He grabbed his trusty stone pickaxe, filled his satchel with bread and torches, and explored the nearby fields and hills. He mined coal, chopped trees, helped the fishermen, and occasionally collected rare flowers for the village festival. But despite all these adventures, his heart always whispered, "There is something more, something waiting just beyond what you can see." One bright and sunny morning, Ollie felt a stronger pull than ever. Today, he decided, he would venture deeper into the jungle than he ever had before. With his pickaxe slung across his shoulder and a loaf of bread in his satchel, he tiptoed past the tall ferns and thick vines of the jungle. Parrots squawked overhead, monkeys swung playfully, and the air smelled of damp leaves and wildflowers. Hours passed, and the jungle grew denser. Ollie's legs ached from pushing through vines, and tiny insects tickled his skin. But then, he noticed a faint glow through a thick wall of leaves. Curious, Ollie brushed aside the vines, and there it was, a portal. The portal was unlike anything Ollie had ever seen. Its frame was made of mossy blocks that seemed alive, and inside swirled colors of purple, blue, and green, moving like water. The air around it hummed softly, vibrating as if it had a heartbeat. Ollie's eyes widened. This must be something magical," he whispered. For a moment, Ollie considered running back to the village to tell the elders. But then he hesitated. The villagers were cautious and would probably block it up or forbid him from touching it. And that's when Ollie's curiosity won. He took a deep breath, gripped his pickaxe, and stepped forward. The moment he entered, the world twisted and spun. Colors swirled around him until, thump, he landed on soft grass. Ollie opened his eyes and gasped. He was no longer in the jungle. He was standing on a floating island high above the clouds. Below, endless puffy clouds stretched as far as the eye could see, and above, the sun shone brighter than anywhere in the overworld. All around him, dozens of floating islands hovered in the sky, some covered in glowing flowers, others with crystal clear lakes and waterfalls cascading down into the endless void. Wooden bridges swayed between islands, creaking in the gentle wind. "This is amazing," Ollie whispered, stepping cautiously toward the edge. Before he could explore further, he heard a sound. Clink, clink, clink. From the far side of the island, small, mischievous mobs appeared. Sky Goblins. They had long noses, glowing yellow eyes, and sharp, crooked teeth. Each carried a rusty sword. "Shiny pickaxe! Shiny pickaxe!" they shrieked, rushing toward him. Ollie's heart jumped. "Oh no, you don't!" he shouted, gripping his pickaxe tightly. He sprinted across a narrow bridge, the goblins close behind him. Thinking quickly, Ollie placed wooden planks behind him, breaking the bridge as he ran. With a shriek, the goblins fell into the clouds below. Breathing heavily, Ollie stood on the other side, brushing dust from his clothes. Phew. This place is full of surprises. Ahead, he saw a village unlike any he had ever imagined. Houses made of white stone floated on islands, with golden roofs shining in the sunlight. Glowing lanterns hovered above the streets like little stars. Villagers in robes of deep blue walked calmly, their eyes sparkling gently. An elder approached, a tall woman with hair like flowing silver threads. Her robes shimmered with tiny star patterns, and her eyes glowed warmly. "Welcome, traveler," she said. "I am Elder Luma. We have awaited your arrival." Ollie blinked. "Me? I'm just Ollie." Elder Luma smiled. "Our legend spoke of a visitor from the overworld who would come through the secret portal. The Skylands are in danger. A shadow has risen at the edge of our world, spreading darkness that drains life from everything it touches. Only one with courage and a pure heart can confront it." Ollie swallowed. I don't know if I can fight something like that." "Courage," Elder Luma said, placing a glowing crystal in his hands, "does not come from strength alone. It comes from the heart. Yours is strong enough, Ollie." The villagers cheered, presenting him with gifts for his journey: enchanted bread that healed any injury, a shield that shimmered like the morning sun, and a map with the path to the Shadow's fortress. And so Ollie's adventure truly began. The first island was a test of his mind. A redstone puzzle blocked the path, with lamps that needed to be lit in the correct sequence. Ollie pressed one lamp, then another, and the bridge shook beneath him. He scrambled back after the first failure, then tried again, this time carefully watching the pattern. The lamps glowed in a wave of brilliant light, and the bridge stabilized. Ollie smiled. "I did it!" On the second island, Ollie met the cloud sheep, a flock of gentle, fluffy creatures that floated just above the ground. They bleated softly, rubbing against him and offering comfort. Ollie laughed and patted their wool. "I guess you're coming with me," he said, and the sheep followed faithfully. The third island brought a surprise: the Sky Guardian. A massive eagle, made entirely of radiant light, swooped down, circling Ollie. At first, he froze, unsure what to do. Remembering Elder Luma's words, he held up his shield. The eagle landed gracefully and dropped a single golden feather into his hands. The feather glowed warmly, filling Ollie with courage. Further along, Ollie faced parkour challenges across floating rocks, tricky gaps, and collapsing platforms. He also solved riddles carved into ancient stone, such as what shines without fire and guides without sound. "The stars," Ollie whispered, and the door ahead creaked open. On the next island, Ollie encountered sky traders, friendly villagers who offered him supplies and clues. They gave him a magical compass that would point toward hidden treasures and safe paths. Ollie learned that each island could have secrets if he looked carefully: hidden chests, rare ores, and even little notes left by travelers who had crossed before him. The journey was long. Ollie climbed islands with giant trees, crossed crystal lakes, and even slid down waterfalls on vines. He battled more Sky Goblins, sometimes alone, sometimes with the help of the cloud sheep. He discovered glowing flowers with healing properties, and mysterious caves where bats fluttered and treasures waited. Finally, after countless challenges, Ollie reached the edge of the Skylands. The islands here were dark and lifeless. Grass turned gray, trees had no leaves, and the sky was a dull, heavy gray. Ahead stood the Shadow's fortress, a towering castle of black stone, glowing with eerie purple fire. Ollie stepped forward, gripping his shield. "This is it." Inside, whispers echoed from the walls. At the center of the main hall, the Shadow appeared, a massive, swirling figure of smoke with glowing red eyes. "So," it hissed, "the little villager dares to challenge me?" Ollie's knees trembled, but he raised his shield. "I may be small, but I will not let you destroy the Skylands." The battle began. Dark energy shot across the room. Ollie blocked with his shield, dodged attacks, and struck with his pickaxe. The crystal glowed brightly, guiding him. He remembered the golden feather, raising it high. Light burst forth, weakening the Shadow. Finally, summoning every bit of courage, Ollie leapt forward and struck at the glowing red core inside the Shadow. The fortress shook, the Shadow screamed and collapsed into harmless mist. Light flooded the room, and the islands outside bloomed with color once more. The villagers cheered. Elder Luma approached, her eyes shining with pride. "You have saved us, Ollie. You are truly a hero of the blocks." Ollie smiled, slightly shy. "Maybe, but I'm still just Ollie. Even the smallest villager, Elder Luma said, can make the biggest difference. Ollie returned to the jungle, stepping through the portal. The vines closed behind him. The village was unchanged, yet Ollie knew he had grown braver, wiser, and stronger, and so ended the first epic adventure of Heroes of the Blocks. But Ollie's journey was far from over. Many new realms, friends, and challenges awaited him. Remember, kids, if you enjoyed Ollie's story, like this video, subscribe, and join us for the next exciting adventure. Because in Minecraft, every block tells a story.